Internet cafe guy is spent, and his laptop turned off out of nowhere. Luckily for me, I met a lovely gentleman with a talented tongue who showed me how to recharge the laptop. So while I'm at his house, and he's doing some research for me, I figured I would continue to update you guys on my story since you guys are so interested. You know that feeling you get when you're falling from a very high distance and you can feel your stomach behind you? You know that panic-inducing moment where your body enters fight or flight mode, but is entirely powerless to perform even the simplest task, so it just kind of resolves itself to death? That's what staring at your own dead body is like. I didn't give up though. I rushed to my body and tried to wake up, or dive into it or something. No, I am not dead. My hands go right through my body, and I can't help but scream and panic. I turn to Jenny and slap the absolute crap out of her. To my shock, it works. Belial even made a comment when he saw her face move. Oh, I picked a ripe one. Jenny, wake up you dumb slut, I'm dying, I shout. Jenny groans and opens her eyes. As she gets up, I get pushed out of the way. Ouch, what the hell? Belial snickers. I love that you say that. But a body that has a soul in it usually resists when an outside spirit tries to get in. So the average person can push you around, but they can't feel you for the most part. Some are more perceptive than others, Belial explains. Jenny is rubbing her forehead. Sarah, get off me. You're heavy. It's because of your tits, I bet, you bimbo. She groans and tries to move my body. I try waving my hand in front of Jenny's face, and she doesn't notice. Oh, damn it, Jenny. Why couldn't you be psychic like that lady in Poltergeist? That film portrayed the afterlife so terribly. Belial shakes his head in shame. I shoot Belial a glare. Oh, really? What movie got it right? Personal favorite? The Exorcist. Belial grins. What kind of fucked up angel are you? I scream. Belial's black wings spread wide. Sarah, come now. You're smarter than that. You knew all along. I looked to the floor and stomped my foot. Right, an angel who disagreed with God. Fallen. Jenny appears startled at the sound of my foot hitting the ground. She then starts to push my body with her foot. Sarah, get up, you slut. You knew that, Sarah. I know you did. Belial mocks. I knew, but I figured I'd hit my goal before it mattered, or that it was all a dream. I frowned. You knew it, didn't you? That I wouldn't do it. Sarah? Jenny shouts, shaking my body frantically. Oh my God! I hear her running to the phone, dialing it frantically. Sarah, I should be honest. I targeted you from the start. You are a powerful young woman, strong, able-minded, confident, and destined for greatness. I grimace as I look to Jenny as she screams into the phone. What do you mean? You would have found the cure for a few diseases, to be honest, he chides. The ALS cure would have been your first discovery, followed shortly by a breakthrough in immune system's response therapy. You then either would have discovered a cure for cancer or AIDS, depending. You would have discovered one while investigating the other and cured both. Jenny is yelling. She's not breathing, get here fast! She then hangs up and starts performing CPR on my body. Yes, Jenny, come on, revive me, I shout. Belial laughs. How long do you think you've been dead, Sarah? Huh? Belial shakes his head. Your corpse is quite cold there, dear. For you to be outside of it like this, you need to have been brain dead for some time. But people have out-of-body experiences all the time, I shout. Belial laughs. Yes, on an operating table while trained doctors are working the instant of death to revive them. I grab either side of my head as I look at Jenny doing chest compressions on my lifeless body. After a few compressions, the contents of my stomach bubble out of my mouth's body, causing Jenny to retch. Jenny turns my corpse over to its side. Jenny hugs her legs and is rocking back and forth, freaking out. Oh my God! Watching Jenny, I walk over to her and hug her, even as the paramedics come to the door and rush in. I don't know if Jenny can feel me holding her, but she seems to be freaking out slightly less, or she's just going into shock. I watch in horror as one of the EMTs just shakes his head and looks to his partner. Calling it, man. She's cold. Jenny just straight up screams at this point. The EMTs have done their best to calm her down while also bagging my corpse. Everyone eventually leaves, and I turn to Belial. Belial is sitting happily on the couch, grinning ear to ear as he watches the whole thing. That was lovely. She's completely and utterly broken. Jenny is absolutely never going to be the same. He stands proudly. She's positively suicidal. Fuck you, I shout. Belial glares at me. You need to apologize with all of your heart. My knees hit the floor and I suddenly feel as if I just kicked a puppy. I'm so sorry, Master. Belial nods. Very well. On your feet, Sarah. I get to my feet. Why did I call you Master? Your soul is mine, meaning I am your master and you are my thrall, Belial explains. So now what? I ask. Excellent question. Belial takes my hand. We're off to fetch component number 2. He stops as if realizing he left the gas on, which is late. Lovely. Well, apparently we have a week while he grumbles, servants prepare the vessel. I had a perfectly good vessel wrapped up in that body bag about an hour ago, you know. I shout, stomping my foot. Belial shakes his head. No. Your spirit is what I was after. While your body looked lovely, it only did so because of an overuse of my magic. The vessel has had much more subtle changes made to it. Subtle changes? I give Belial a wary look. Only mild physical changes with little rework of the entire nervous system. For you, dear, I had to rewrite your entire body from the ground up. Not good for the purpose I need. He gives me an absolutely demonic grin. Count yourself lucky, young Sarah. By the time I'm done, you're going to be a demon. Over my. I was about to say dead body, but stopped myself. Belial just snickers at me. Well, we have some time to kill it seems, so we can do some sightseeing. Belial snaps his fingers, and we're in a funeral parlor instantly. I look around seeing friends and family from both Dave and I's side. That was fast. Not really, it's been about 5 days, Belial clarifies. Wait, how? I ask. Skipping ahead is easy in this realm. Can't go back though. Short jumps are nice and simple though. Belial slaps his hands together, rubbing them excitedly. Now, let's do some eavesdropping, Belial hisses as he walks me over to Dave's father. Oh, now this is interesting. I take a look at Dave's father, and normally he's just a fairly heavy-set fellow with a gray mustache and a bald head, and a perpetual nasty look on his face. He's the sort of fat cat you'd see in a stuffed suit smoking a cigar and drinking brandy with the good old boys. However, I noticed a weird mark on his forehead. It looks like a coin of some kind, and it's glowing red. What is that, Master? I curse under my breath as I find myself calling Belial that more and more. Worse yet is, I'm actually starting to feel a weird devotion to him growing inside of me. It's like the longer I'm near him, the more I want to please him. I hate it. That is the mark of my brother, Mammon. He's the avatar of greed. Seems Dave's daddy didn't get where he is now on his own. I shudder. At least I'm not the only one doomed here. Though I was taken first, apparently. Dave's father, who if I remember right was named Maurice. I think he went by Murray or something. I'll call him Murray. Murray is standing with Dave, and he's none too pleased. I told you, boy, there are women you fuck and women you marry. You don't go marry the women you're supposed to just fuck, he grumbles to Dave. Father, please, not here. You didn't know her as I did, Dave says, defending me. Oh, please, don't pretend as if you had her to yourself. That girl was the town bicycle wherever she went. Everyone had their damn ride. You think she just suddenly only let you ride her once you knocked her up. She saw you as a meal ticket and nothing else. Murray harumphs to himself. It's better it ended this way, Dave, it is. You have a son and no horrid wife who would divorce you for your riches later in life. She wasn't like Mom. Dave walks away from his father at this point, bringing Jason in a carriage along with him. I march up to Murray and poke him in the throat, which seems to cause him to cough. I never liked you either, old man. Belial then grabs my hand. Wait, this part is juicy. Suddenly, I'm standing before my mother. She's wearing all black, her hands in her lap. She looks emotionally drained. Her eyes have a faraway look in them, and they seem to be looking past the casket. My aunt sits next to her. How are you doing, Deb? My mom snaps out of her blank stare and turns to her sister. Oh, doing as good as you can expect, Marie. My Aunt Marie just nods. So, terribly then? Mom nods. I mean, first Hank, now Sarah. If you need anything, you can just live with me and Frank for a while. Mom shakes her head and is silent for some time. They say she drank it all on purpose. Aunt Marie just looks away. She blamed herself for her father's death. I know she did. I thought she could get past it. She always seemed so strong and independent. I just never asked. My Aunt Marie just shook her head, placing her hand on my mom's shoulder. Deb, it's not your fault at all. Belial snickers. Oh, is that what you think, Aunt Marie? I look to Belial oddly as he places his hand on my aunt's head. Suddenly, even with her mouth not moving, I hear my aunt's voice. The little trollop partied too hard on her birthday, and you think the bimbo actually felt bad for driving Hank up the wall? Jesus Christ, Debbie, you are one gullible bitch. That slut slung her cunt on anything that was dick-shaped. She probably fucked her way through school to get those grades. Not your fault. Bad parenting is what got her in that casket. What the hell is that? I shout. Belial smiles. It's how she really feels. Belial then places his hand on my mother's head. I flinch for a second before I hear a soft, caring voice. Sarah, I miss you so much already. I'm still proud of you. I don't believe a word they say. Not one. I know you were a smart girl. I'm sure you had so much joy in your life, you just got carried away. My sweet girl, be with God. Belial pulls his hand away. Isn't your mother just a saint? I'm drying tears away when I look at my hands. Wait, I'm dead. How am I crying? Physical representation of the soul, dear. Anything your body could do, your spirit can do. Anything your body could feel, your body will feel. Heck, you even bleed and experience pain in the same way. Belial explains as he looks around, then grins again. Oh no, what is it now, master? I dread what is next. Belial leads me to the back of the room where Jenny is. Or at least I think it's Jenny. She's wearing huge sunglasses and her hair and head is done up in a scarf like she's trying to hide her identity. Belial's hand lands on her head. Sarah, I loved you and you ran off with that rich boy Dave. It's my fault you're dead. I thought if I got you drunk enough you'd fall for me and we could run off together. But don't worry, Sarah. After today, I'm going to come join you. I'm coming with you, my sweet Sarah. Her voice echoes through the air. What the hell? Why didn't she ever say anything like that to me before? I glare at her. For fuck's sake, Jenny. You were such a bitch when I was ugly, but once I'm pretty, I'm suddenly your girl crush? Belial laughs. Oh, this is rich. You want to watch her do it? What? I asked, shocked. Oh, yes. I think we're going to watch her off herself. Belial muses. Walking past us is a priest who looks very concerned. He reaches my mother and says a few things. I walk over to hear the rest of their conversation. The priest is speaking to my mother as I draw near. I want to let you know that honesty with the dead is important, so please I beg you to consider this as I speak. I mean no disrespect to your daughter. My mother just nods. Of course, father. Belial smiles, walking behind me, his hand on my shoulder. Oh, this is going to go over swimmingly. The priest stands at the front of the room, placing his Bible on a podium. Good afternoon, everyone, he begins. Firstly, my condolences to Deborah Baker. Bless each and every one of you for being here today to support her during this terrible loss. The crowd murmurs, and my bitch of an aunt just rubs my mother's shoulder. I glare daggers at my aunt. Secondly, to Dave Miller. Dave, to lose a wife and mother of your child after such a short marriage is a terrible thing. My condolences. The priest opens his Bible. Sarah Baker, a brilliant young woman, cut down in her prime. While many can talk about the circumstances which led to her death, more are concerned with the state of her spirit after a life lived so full. There's actually a chuckle from someone on Dave's side. But I want us to remember John 8, verse 7. Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her. For everyone sins, some sin more so than others. We must remember that God forgives. Sarah's reputation was sordid before, yes, but when she met her husband Dave, had her child, she was a devoted wife and a caring mother. He flips a few pages of the Bible. Let us also recall Luke 7, verse 47. Therefore I tell you her sins, which are many, are forgiven. For she loved much, but he who is forgiven little, loves little. The priest now looks to Dave's family, specifically his father. I heard many a depraved tale of Sarah's youth, and I hear many in this room whispering ill of the deceased. So again I ask each of you, whoever is without sin, cast the first stone. The room was dead silent. The priest began again. Lord Jesus Christ, forgive us all, for we are only human. Now let us pray. Belial rolls his eyes and snaps his fingers. This is dull. We're instantly in Jenny's room. It's the evening time. Wait, that Jesus Save stuff, can he? If you hadn't sold your soul, then yes, Belial clarifies. Okay, did you just jump us forward in time again, Master? Ugh, I swear I almost asked it in reverence at this point. Yes, because the show is about to start, Belial says, taking a seat. Show? I ask. Jenny barges in through the door, locking it behind her. She throws her scarf off her head and then throws her glasses at the wall. She looks around in the room, then runs to her kitchen. Before I can react, she grabs a knife and presses the tip to her throat. She screams for a second and then drops the knife. Good girl, Jenny, I say. Jenny then looks to her balcony and throws the blinds open. She undoes the lock to the sliding glass door and opens it, stepping out into the cold. Oh shit, no! I shout as I run over to her. Jenny gets up on the edge of the balcony, standing unsteadily. I rush over and hug her legs tight. Don't do it, please don't do it! Jenny puts her arms out on either side of her and closes her eyes. I hold on as hard as I can and watch in horror as Jenny's body falls 3 stories down to the ground, her legs snapping, and her body tumbling down on her shoulder and then rolling onto her back. I scream, Jenny, no! Jenny's voice is above me. I see her standing on the railing. Sarah! Oh my God, Sarah! She jumps down from the railing and hugs me tight, then kisses me full on the lips. I knew it! I knew we'd be together! Struggling out of her hug, I managed to free myself. Damn it, Jenny! You dumb slut! Why did you do that? And why aren't you down there rather than up here? Belial chimes in. Jumpers' spirits leave their bodies before they hit the ground, Sarah. You see, once they resolve themselves to their fate, well, they're already dead. Jenny looks to Belial in shock. Is this the angel of death or something? I whisper to Jenny. Worse, Jenny. Listen to me. Get out of here. Get back to your body and live, okay? Live a long life. Just forget about me, okay? I fucked up. That's not a good angel and he owns my ass now. Okay, please, just please go. But I already... Jenny begins. I push her off the edge of the balcony and toward her body as I shout, Live, Jen, just live! Jenny falls until she hits her body, where she vanishes. Her body suddenly starts gasping for breath. Someone had been next to her giving her CPR. In shock, I watched as he comforts her, and he shouts for someone to call an ambulance. Belial peeks his head over the balcony, and then turns to me. You were a catch, Sarah. Redeeming a jumper even after you sold your soul to me? By my father, you are a special one. He placed his hands on my shoulders. I am quite pleased you're mine. Maybe it was the praise, the close contact, or just how long my soul was in his possession, but I felt genuinely happy that he was happy. Thank you, Master. I shake my head. What the... Oh, don't worry, Sarah. That's just your devotion as my newest thrall showing. He tilts my chin up. You see, I'm the avatar of lust. At some point, I will have you, you see, and when that happens, you will be absolutely elated. A shudder runs through me as he says this, and I hate to say, but I'm somehow genuinely looking forward to that. Well, things should have finally moved along to the point where we can begin your ascension, or descension rather, Belial states. Belial moves his hand up for another snap. No, wait! Before I know it, we're in a dank basement of some kind. There are nasty pentagrams all over the walls, and the smell of mildew everywhere. There are the skulls of several dead animals, and a large altar in the middle of the room. I'm also pretty sure there's a rotting animal corpse somewhere in the room, but I can't find where it is. My attention is drawn to the altar. On the altar is a woman, or the caricature of one anyway. She has long blonde hair, huge ruby lips, tits the size of her head pushed up in a corset. She's also got an impossibly tiny waist and ridiculous hips. She is wearing fishnets and platform heels, and looks like she's got a number of tattoos on her upper thighs, each a pair of puckered lips. Wow, and I thought I was a slut, I remark, as I appraise the bimbo before us. Belial interjects. Actually, she's a whore. Well, porn star. Also a heroin addict. That's a key component. The rest, well, base materials. The woman on the slab mumbles, "Guys, it's 300 if you're gonna run a train on me. Or I'll do you for free if I just get a fix. You promised one or the other." 3 men in brown robes walk in, one with a needle. "Fine, fine, quit bitchin'." He then injects her. "Oh," the woman shouts, "that's good shit. Oh yeah, but, you guys should have saved that for later, 'cause, She then seems to just zone out, moaning and shivering on the slab. The second guy looks at the other two. "So, you guys are sure?" The first guy with the needle nods. He has a mustache. "I told you, I heard the voice of a demon. He said to bring her here, lure her with the heroin, and then to stab her in the heart with the ice pick." He looks to the third man. A third man nods, showing the ice pick. "That's what he said." "Nothing else?" the second guy asks. "Nope, just that we're gonna have a demoness serve our every sexual desire for the rest of our lives," said the first guy. He looks to the third guy with the ice pick. "Come on, man, let's do this." At this point, Belial grabs me by the back of my head, grinning. "I'm rather excited, Sarah." I'm looking down at the drugged out whore below me. "Why?" I can't move away from him, his hand on the back of my head still. "Because," he says with a hint of madness, "it has been almost a century since I created a new succubus."